which I believe it has been overcome now, so the program has to continue. Once again, my name is Tunde Laniro, welcoming you to Democratic Path on OGTV, where we discuss politics, economy, governance, and everything that makes democracy strong and viable in this country and even beyond the borders of Nigeria. And today is the Friday, the last Friday of the year 2023, so we want to review the political activities that happened in the year, and that is our major concern for today. And I have 3 invited people. 2 are already in the house, and they will be discussing this with me. To my immediate left is Alhaji Semiu Bola Lawal. He is a politician and a man of so many parts, actually. So welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you, Dewan.
And I have on set with me, Comrade Segun Adebusi. Ayebusi, rather, is a social commentator. Welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you for having me.
All right, and we are expecting Barrister Olalekun, a legal practitioner. Hopefully, he will join us before the end of the program. If not, the program will continue. I will continue. So we are reviewing the political events for the year 2023, and I will start with Alhaji Semiu Bola Lawal. We had a general election, and as a politician, you were on the field. We did not have 100% pass. There cannot be 100% electoral process, not even in the best democratic process in the world. But if you had to rate it, what is your rating?
Thank you, moderator. See, the 2023 general elections, the INEC actually improved on their rating from what we have from their president. They can never be 100% result, but at least what we have today, personally, I will rate them more than 90%. That all what they've told the nation that they are going to do, they've done it. Nevertheless, now to look over in saying the rivers and all those things. See, what matters most for all of us is the result. Is it the actual result that's been transmitted? Once it's the result that is coming from every polling booth across the nation is the one we are seeing, then there's no problem. All other ones is secondary, because they are talking of secondary. But to me, the rate we rate them very high. That the 2023 general election has grown to be one of the best that we have.
All right, we'll still talk more on that 2023 general election. But let me go to Comrade Ayebusi. What's your own rating of the conduct, the process, and the result of the election?
Yeah, thanks so much, the moderator. The number rating, I will give INEC 45%.
Why?
Very good. When you talk about election, certain factors come into election. You start from the registration of the political parties, the candidates, the logistics, right? Announcement of results and aftermath of results. Now, when election is conducted, ideally, election is supposed, it's a field work, supposed to have been, the outcome supposed to have emanated from the field. The way election snowball into the court of law, right? People are duty bound to agitate for the outcome of election. They feel displeased. They feel unsatisfied. But where judgments are given are ridiculously, those people voted for are being upheld, right? Based on certain carelessness of INEC. One, they say a person is not qualified to even stand for election. I think it's a pre-election matter. And they're supposed to have gotten the facts. Right, that okay, this candidate, we are registering. No, investigation means so it's not supposed to have gone into that particular candidate. It's even qualified because at the end of the day, it's a nullity. I know what you're putting there.
Does INEC have the legal duty of investigating and disqualifying a certain candidate?
Very good. Thanks so much for the question. Ideally, what we want to say is this. If a candidate is put forward by a political party, right, INEC will have the candidate there. Now, INEC have to publish the names, all the factor, conclusion, whatever, on his website for people to see.
Which they did.
What?
Which they did.
As I understand, they did it was almost late. I mean, there's a time lag, right? I mean, so people have to, right, inquire into the authenticity or the genuinity of that particular candidate. It's 25. And moreover, there are some parties where there are agitations. It was not resolved, right? Then again, another problem of INEC was that, it tried, the details were given. Now, when INEC came up on board, they gave us a promise. They will do that they offset it, they will do this. At the end of the day, they renege at the end time because there is no mandation. But what said the electoral law? What assurance did that not give? Then finally again, by the time the election was on, right? So funnily enough, I'm not saying the word funny, and let me use the word so ridiculous enough. A principal actor, official of INEC, right, electoral commissioner, was caught maligning the outcome of the election. I'm saying, twisting the genuinity of the people who came out in the song, an official of INEC. Definitely, you give much to desire.
All right,
now, please, I'm sorry, finally now, we've seen election in I've seen Liberia. The point is, please, I'm sorry to make reference to Liberia. If election is properly conducted, believe you me, even the candidate will be convened within themselves. Look, it's going to be a futile effort. It's going to be an effort in, an agitation in futility. Going to court. Because you we have been convinced that at least more than 60%, right, action of INEC were authenticated and legalized, accepted by the people.
All right, I will still ask you a follow-up question because you mentioned so many things about the 2020, about what you said, INEC, things you said INEC was at fault. But let me take you up on the issue of IRF. Yes, INEC came up to say that their server was being hacked. That was why they did not post real time as promised. And the judiciary to the Supreme Court have said INEC has no obligation. And according to the Electoral Act, they have they are not bound by the Electoral Act to transmit results electronically. So where are they at fault in that area?
Very good.
That from what you said.
Very good. Now the point is this. Before the election was conducted, and it came out to tell us the procedure, the format in which they are going to adopt. And the other was mentioned. And that gave people the assurance, the rest of my luck. This is the procedure. The point is this, this is one of the problems we have in this country, trust deficit. It's a major problem in this country. When we say this, the court of law has the right to twist it. I'm saying, now, along the line there, right, they said, okay, and based on what you just said now, there are contradictory statements. And it came on board and said, okay, it was that. Now, the engineer or whatever the body that was that, to settle it, they said, look, it was not that. That it was a power failure. It's a lot of contradictory comments were made. That you don't just oppose. The basic mind of people. The point is, when you say this is the procedure. If it's not going to, right? It's going to, it's going to be changed or faulted or altered, alternated. So for to come on board. But the mind of people were rested. Look, we shall download this, we added this and this. Now, forget about it. You see, the court of law, that it leaves much to be desired. Because the court, the outcome of the court, the pronouncement of the court, is going to be brought into discussion. In fact, it's going to be a 24-hour thing. The essence of judiciary is to interpret the law, right? Basic, because it's the turnaround of government. And when laws are interpreted, right, it depends on the perception at which the court is looking at it. And they will say the law is an ass. Now, if the judgment is based on this, right, that it is not mandatory, they are just telling us that. The natural law does not. We are talking about interpretation. We talk about the spirit of, because we talk about the constitution and the laws. There are two things there: the letters of the law as well as the spirit of the law. And they are not same. And then where the spirit lies most, with the judiciary. And whatever the phenomenon is, because we assume is authentic, especially at the Supreme Court. So the court now telling us what? They are not mandated, they are not duty bound. It's not imperative on INEC to adopt that system, which is another way and another angle into the perception we people had after that election. So no, it contradicts like what even INEC said. Was if INEC had come, look, this is just it bet up, but along the line, if circumstances do permit, because there's some time when there's a necessitate, and where we have to adopt this. But if it does not follow that way, okay, maybe. So there will be the conditionality, right? When INEC was meaning, so and so also the presence of the judiciary is secondary. It's not the primary.
All right.
Which people must mind have been arrested on.
Let me go to Honorable Semiu Bolalawal. IREF, it will not go away. This issue will not go away. And coincidentally, it works in the off-cycle election, the Imo, Kogi, and Bayelsa election. Does this mean INEC did not mean well or did not even try? What do you have to say about the IREF?
You see, the IREF issue. You see, most of us, is easier said than done. When we are talking of technicalities, when we are talking of engine, when you are talking of something that we do have to do with technology, it's not 100%. You don't, when I'm talking of this IREF, is something that goes along with internet, in which people can hack into certain people's data, certain people's programming. And then when, according to INEC, when they discover that there is some certain there's attempt in going to their cyber distance, they have to know how to curb it. What we are saying is that, is it the result we have in our various booths? Is it not commensurate with what they posted after? That is the most important thing. Even in America, when they have issue, during about two last election, where they have to recount the results. They have to go back, because when they have issue like that, what we are saying is that to have the actual result, whether the one posted by the RF is the one, once it matches what is on the ground from every polling unit, that is the most important thing there. And the subsequent election, that is off-cycle one, they have proven it to be, they can actually do it, and they've done it. Because does
this still put a question mark on the integrity of INEC, especially for the 2023 election? Because the 2023 election, especially for the presidential election, was the issue where people were raising a lot of
agitation and controversies
from the agitation.
Yes, but the question is, every political party have agents in all the polling units, all the wards at least. Does this correlate?
What I will say is that none of the candidates has ever go to the court to go and say, in so certain polling unit, this is the result that actually the voting that comes here. This is what was posted. None of the candidates. Go and look all the record. None of the candidates, all those people criticizing it, none of them ever come up with, this is the result that come out from our state or from our polling unit. This is what was posted. None of them has ever come out. Nobody. They are only saying, you see, they are only speculative words. They are only speculating that they're supposed to have done it. It's and the court of law. We are dealing with the law. We are the rule of law. I've said from the Electoral Act, it's not mandatory, but it's just an obligation for INEC to make sure everybody can go to the site and see the result.
All right, still on you, Honorable Semiu Bolalawal. This system election, so many factors came into being. There was an issue of cash crunch, if you can remember.
Yep.
That started from sometimes late last year, 2022, nosedived into January, February 2023. And it was said that will be a game changer in the election to curb vote buying. How much of effect does this had on the election?
At least to some extent, it reduces the carry of cash, bringing cash up and down during the election. It reduces it to the barest minimum, To the extent that some certain candidates also has to go and do one thing or the other, either buying card or printing card to, see, because we are not going to that now. That's why that it has a lot of influence on that election. You see, the election is very, very competitive. Highly, between all the three leading candidates, you can see that they have a very close gaps. And we've never had such election before. Before, we'll be having the person that will win the election will be having about 70% or 80%. While the other candidate will be having over 20% or 10%. But this election, very, very competitive. And we are improving little by little. We cannot expect magic. You see, Nigeria is that we expect magics for most things we do. It's not possible because what we are doing there is Nigerian. It is still we that we conduct it. It is still we are the operators. It is we that we do it. So everything if an organization is able to achieve what Nigeria has achieved, at least I will give kudos to them.
All right, Mr. Comrade Ayebusi, you speak to that, the effect of the cash crunch, but you also speak to, especially looking at the presidential election that we had in this year, 2023, the effect of the previous elections. We used to have two contending parties, APC, PDP. Now there's a third force that came up. How effective was the third force? The impact on the election?
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Moderator. But the point is this. The last election we had is a complete turnaround apart from the one we've been having. Decades past. And the reason is not far-fetched. One, if you look at the percentage of the youths now, I'm not talking about the youths alone, the informed youths, educated, they're enlightened, they're in larger numbers. During the period of our law, only Abdul Zik, and a few of them, a handful of them, were able to get to the peak of the tertiary education. So the follow-up, if our colleagues could refer to him and as Baba, our father, his colleagues. So it shows, so it's an indication of what? Of the marginal gap that exists between our and the rest of them. But unlike the present moment now, three factors are responsible. One, education level, of our youth, informed level of our youth, the internet, the technology, the same what operates in other places there. And tell me again, the level of depression, the marginalization of the youth, traumatization of the youth, segregation of the youth, I'm saying now, the neglect of the youth, make them to agitate the luck, be more inclusive. This is not the time, especially the pronouncement of Buhari and the other government. It's not the time of the youth. Unlike the youth should rise up and fight for their rights. Nobody is there to give you your rights. That's it. You have to. Right? President Tinubu say, you pursue it, you catch it, you run it, you run away with it. Yes, that's the slogan.
So how impactful is the role of the youths in this election? Did they really participate?
Exactly. They fully participated. 80% participation. And that's why, very good, based on what, Honorable just said. Years past, the gap, the result is so close. It's so wide. It was just, imaginary different. That's why it's so close now. Because the youth believe the fact was, and that what put about the thought force that this is that time. It was going to be, that put the crowd, it was the circumstances. If a dog, it was like the Arrow period. If Arrow had presented the dog, people would vote for him. Because they believe the competence of the leader. And these are the focus, and the program, the manifesto of the program. But like now, the manifesto. A manifesto is key in any election. Tell me the manifesto of APC. Tell me the manifesto of PPDP. Ideally, the manifesto was supposed to have flying like ice. Even the level. But the man who came up as a third force was able to convince that that we can go into a situation where it's going to be a complete departure from the old, from the old system. It's no way a traditional system, no way a conventional system. Things have to change. And principally now based on the economy, because the economy drives the politics of any country. If the economy is sound, policies will be well entrenched. The sustainability of politics rests on the economy. It drives the economy. It's just like the engine force. Now, Obi came on board now, and told the just look, this is exactly where I want you. I'm saying, apart from the traditional road, the conventional periods, and especially, economy was what made the youth, because they have been traumatized. Look at the percentage, the legion of children and legion of youth that are unemployed. Every year, thousand moves out from college, from university. They are nothing doing. And people start saying, to go and learn trade. Trade, at what level? How many of them can post, look, and the commissioner and the minister, yeah, my children there. By the time we are social level, I put them into a skill work, people direct the lens before they go to that level. Right? You know, you see, like a program, a program I finished a couple of days ago. So that they started making the word Tapa. What is the word Tapa? Tapa is just a derogatory word. It's just to malign it. The present president, I'm able to say that, is one of the Japas. And the Japan is saying that, what I'm saying that, we went to school abroad. What I'm saying, they took opportunity of education abroad. Yes. So I'm saying, they went in there.
But they brought back.
Exactly, they brought it back. I'm sorry, you heard what this man said a couple of days ago, Enrique. You see, and during this time, the conflict between you and Fubara, you don't remove the ladder. When you must have gotten off, remember that was somebody else want to use the ladder. You want to tell me, as a designer, they went to that there were no universities in Nigeria. Why didn't they school in Nigeria? Why didn't they stay in Nigeria and study? So, people go in there for several reasons. For the education. It is at your fingertips, at your fingernails as well. That even the president of America, Joe Biden, some Nigerians has got that. If they are still in Nigeria, we have gotten the opportunity. But the benefit I call is what? Make sure what? You authenticate your driving documents. Make sure you take the legal route. You take the because so based on what exactly you asked, right? So I believe the future is still right. There's not at the end of the but the last election there, believe me, it was a challenge. Many people say it's one of the best. One of the best elections.
Okay. At some point, I'll give the opportunity to the viewers to tell us their own personal conviction of that, because we can't be a judge in
No.
It's pass or not. You have your opinion. He has his own opinion.
Definitely.
On that. But I would like you to, Honorable Semi Baralawa, this election we're talking about, there's something about it, and which comes to the FCT. It was a long debate until the Supreme Court had to come and give a judgment on this. Okay. That APC and its candidates did not win the FCT, so which means that they can't be said to have won the election. Now, does this now, this definitely has put this to rest?
Exactly. The Supreme Court has put this one to rest. Exactly. You see that people are just being mischievous. Most of us know the truth is. This judgment has earlier come out some year during the Obasanjo era, although it didn't go to the Supreme Court then, that the FCT is just like a state of the Federation. When the Constitution spelled it out, 36 states and FCT. They cannot call it 37. That's why they call it 36 states and FCT. But people continue to misinterpret it. That FCT is going to be its own, on its own. That one has been, it's a bygone now. It's all of us have believed that it's 37th state of the Federation, although it's being controlled by the federal government. They have their own local councils, as well as each state has their councils. So, for anybody now to be talking about that, I think that is a bygone.
Yes.
Now, from the way we are going in the country now, I think all of us has to put our heads together. Although the election that we are talking about has come and gone, some lesson has been learned.
Exactly.
Some mistakes has been made, which need to be corrected. This is what I'm talking about, the off-cycle election. Most of the mistakes made during the general election is the one that has been corrected during the off-cycle ones.
Yeah.
And there is a lot of improvement because as the result is coming in, we are able to see it, and everybody is going to, before the end of the day, we have already know who won the election in most of the states. So it gives us the confidence that the INEC will do more better if we didn't, human error is not put in.
All right, still on you, sir. Before I come to you, I would like to tell our viewers that you can now call us and tell us what your view is. What interesting event happened in 2023 in the political space that you would like to talk about? The floor is open. The phone lines will be on your screen. Call us. I would like to hear from you. Bola Tinubu, no doubt, that's gone. He has won the election. He is now the president. And the first, if I can use the word gift, he gave to Nigeria was the statement, fuel subsidy is gone.
It's good.
Now we are still grappling with the effects of that little word that came out of the mouth of the president. Now, it has been defended by the federal government, the reason why it has to go, and the effect we are seeing. Palliative is being doled out. How effective are all these things?
You see, the issue of fuel subsidy is a big thing that is affected every facet of our life in the country. But that coming from the president from the first day has a lot of impact, a lot of negative impact, on the economy immediately. Because some people who want to take advantage of that, we immediately started doing a lot of manipulation has to come in. Some things are being revealed now because we can see that the nation, until we have the people who has the love of the masses at heart, not those people who just go to an office and go and make wealth, continue to grasp it. Because what we are seeing from the CBN and from other organizations of the federal government, from past administration, is not something to write good home about. Nobody will be happy about hearing all those things. Although until this proof at the court of competent jurisdiction, before we can actually know what.
Right, we have a caller. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. How is Imo today?
Yeah, Imo is good.
Please go ahead with your contribution.
All right. My name is Senior Uche. I'm calling from Imo State.
Please go ahead. What do you want to say about our topic for today?
All right. For some of us that are in the age, in our youth, in our youth, I would say we belong to the youth grade now. We actually notice that these our elders are really corrupt and they don't want to, change from their old way of doing things. Democracy was murdered Nigeria, and all of us knew that democracy was actually murdered. Firstly, when youth came out in mass to register, and they were not allowed to, most of the youth were not allowed to register. The INEC did not do their job as they are. What I call them, INEC did not do a perfect job. Nobody is perfect, but INEC has been there for many years, and when we say be perfected, when we say learn to do the right thing, how long has INEC been? Since INEC was came into brought into existence in this country. When we dare conduct free and fair election. So I don't know whoever is defending INEC. I'm very sorry. The person is also corrupt. INEC cannot be defended. They help in modern democracy in this dispensation. We youths, can only say that our elders are corrupt and they don't want to. It is the right thing to be done in this country, and we are not happy about it. And most of them are defending themselves. They keep defending themselves.
All right.
They don't know what they are doing. They don't want this country to move forward.
Engineer Uche.
Nigeria remains static, and nothing is. We are not happy. We are not happy. Democracy was murdered.
Obviously.
I want to say something, please.
Okay.
I want to say something. He said that nobody, no evidence was provided, where the results from the polling booths, matches with the one in the INEC portal. There was a lot of it that was sent to the, along with the petition, where the result from the polling booth did not match with the one in the INEC portal. And the legal, the legal practitioner turned blind eye to it. This is how they keep, modern democracy. They don't want to do the right thing.
All right, Engineer Uche,
I want them to beat up.
we have to.
Nigerians, we are awake.
We have
The time
to.
of darkness has gone. This is a new dispensation. This is a new generation.
Thank you.
Please.
Thank you so much, Engineer Uche. We have to leave the room for other people to call us and give us their view. But thank you so much. We really appreciate your call. You have said ILEC has not done well as far as he is concerned. But that is
Moderator, I have to correct an impression. When somebody is calling him, he don't need to insult other people. He can make his view known, but not by
insulting people.
insulting
Yes.
other people.
That is very important. Please, we want you to hear your view, but please mind there's still something they call hate speech and all of that. So, Mr. Abeokuta, I'm coming to you now because our time is fast running.
No, exactly.
We have to run with the time, and we have to also allow them to talk.
Of course.
So there are some. What do you have to say about the fuel subsidy, the palliative, and all? He has said his own opinion. What's your own opinion on that? Before we go to the next.
When you talk very well, fuel subsidy, palliative, I think, Chuni, they are abracadabra. That is, the more you look, the less they say. When you talk about the removal of subsidy, don't forget, Buhari tried it twice or thrice. He dropped it, he picks it again. In the time general, he drops it again, he picks it again. The fragility and the sensitivity of that, of that program. And Biden, because he himself realized that the campaigns are there. Let's not pretend. Those who own Nigerians are there. Now, when the current president came on board, he made an announcement. I'm able to say that I can still defend, I still say it anyway, I'm privileged. The prayer was, I will not say it was overzealous, I will not say it was hasty, but it was untimely. Untimely in the sense that what? You know the powerful nature of that action, right? That statement, right? The anonymity in the statement there. Those it will affect. The implication there. It was a welcome development, but the timing, and the timing in the sense that, look, when the president made the pronouncement, almost a week or so, he went to sleep, he went to bed. Now, strategized, because he told us that what, from Sunday you start striking. Okay, he had mapped out the strategy. Okay, I'm going to remove it. Now, okay, assuming the ministers are on ground. Once it's removed, but the ministers go into action. He started to go back to the drawing board now and start assembly. It was that gap that they exploited. They exploited it. Don't forget, it was the second day. They reported the statement. They reacted against the statement, and up to now, the wound, we are still not seeing the wound.
But is it not a right decision? Because if you going back to the campaign of the three leading candidates, all of them said they are going to remove the subsidy.
Very good.
Probably the president was thinking if he had removed it, if you have to wait, the influence of the what you said, the quote and unquote might stop him from doing that. So probably that's why he has to take the tough decision and boast and say, okay, let's let this thing go in the first day. And besides, the defense of the federal government has been that the subsidy was not in the budget. It has been removed from the immediate past administration. He just made the pronouncement.
No.
There was no budgetary allocation to it. That's the federal government.
Exactly. The very moment the president made that pronouncement, the fuel subsidy was still on. It remains a month for it to expire. I'm not thinking about the removal. They all agree that, look, first of all, you say, it was a fluke. It should be removed. But I'm talking about the whole timing. Now, you see, the point is this. If an action goes as if you do the right thing at the wrong time, you do the wrong thing at the right time.
So what time you have preferred?
Very good. Now, the time I prefer was, right, that, okay, when it was sworn in there, you keep everybody in suspense. You know, the point is that if you know what is pronounced, people acted on. Now, from there, you have some parties, okay, at a particular place, I mean, for this area, you have strategy to put there. And don't forget, the SSG, you have the privilege, to appoint the SSG and the special advisors. We honestly go, went through the Senate. So everybody have been appointed there, right there, appointed to take care of that section. Believe you me, the astronomical, right? The hyperinflation there will not have arisen. And by the time they got hold of it, up to now, and you know Nigeria for what you are, whatever goes up, believe me, it never comes down.
All right, Honorable Sam, you speak to that. I also speak to the fact that there was a promise by the president that by December this year, one of the refineries, the government refineries will start working, which we saw one of the two refineries in Port Harcourt are working now. You speak to that and
I think the president meant well for the country. You see, the major problem we are having in this country is we, Nigeria, our attitude to issues, to economy, to everything in life, in every facet of our life. Is the president has promised that this December, and we can see from what is coming up that the refinery is actually picking up. That is the Port Harcourt refinery is the one that we are talking about, which the other one will follow very soon, and some other little minor one that they are doing in those states that because this morning I'm going through some record on energy. What I saw is that within the next few months, a lot of changes will come up in the country if well implemented, according to the plan of the federal government. And the human angle, you see, when I continue to mention all this human angle is that it is we, our attitude to things, our nature. That's why when we are talking of youth, our youth of nowadays, only God can help us. That is the truth. We need a lot of reorientation for our youth to come back what we know how to do. That is integrity. Until all of us go back to that integrity era, when we can account for what we have, where you can tell me, this is what I have, I can actually stand and say, this is what I have. But most of our youth of nowadays, they want to start from up, not from down. They are picking things from up. You know, before, in our old days, we started getting things little by little. I get from a room to a room and parlor, from room and parlor to flat. Not I want to start from duplex. And that is what is happening now. That is why we need to do a lot of reorientation on our youth. We need to do a lot of education. I am an educationist. I am into education. I know what we are seeing. The parents are the one causing most of the problem we are having. The parents want to buy a result for their children. That is why what we are having in the university of today, only God has paid. That's why only few of them. Only few. We have some youth that are very energetic and are ready to serve, to do things properly. But they need a lot of encouragement. Why they need a lot of encouragement is that what they are seeing, when they are seeing their classmates who is doing nothing, riding Lexus Jeep, riding big cars, and you see that he's not employed, he's not in any business, and he's bringing big cars home. So it will not encourage those ones that are hardworking to do more on those what they believe in. They will also, if my friend can be like this, or I also can go that way. That's why I say we have a lot of things to do on our youth, because they are the future of our tomorrow, whether we like it or not. And they are also they know, because the elders cannot take the youth. The youth of nowadays are highly enlightened. They know more than us in terms of technology. They can see things, but not in manipulative, not in negative way. What we have today, if it is well managed, if we use it better, you will see that the country will be better off. There is a lot of our youth that today we are inviting. Let's go back to our farms. We can use technology to develop farming. We can use technology to develop it, not to go and do people, not to use technology to go and take other people's property, not to use technology to do all the other vices. But we can use this same technology to advance our cause. This is what China is using.
All right, I'm still commenting on you because our time is almost up, and I want us to wrap it up with the judiciary, especially in some of the governorship elections that were held. In the key ones, the special ones, the one in Kano and the one in Plateau State,
yeah.
Which is going up to the Supreme Court. Hopefully by next year, we'll discuss that on this program again, the results. Now, how has the judiciary fared as far as election, petition, governorship elections are concerned?
I think the judiciary has, to me, they fare better. If they, as according to Nigerian Constitution, they are dealing with law. They are not dealing with sentiment. They are not dealing with public opinion. They are dealing with what was presented to them. Whatever was presented to the judge is what we will give judgment on. Not on what Mr. A said, not on what Mr. B said, not what somebody thinks. According to the law, in 2019, we are in this country, in Savara State, the whole lot of a party, a party that got 500 and something votes, and a party that got 145,000, was giving everything in that state to that party. I think the judge is working then. But now, when in the reverse case, in terms of Plateau State, a particular party was asked not to go and do certain things. The court of law ordered them. They refused. They didn't obey that law, that court order. They went ahead to go and do their primary and present their candidate. And the law court now come up and say, that thing you didn't follow is what is affecting them today. What can we say? In Kano State, every ballot paper has to be stamped and signed. When you are presenting anything that it is law, it's not something any of us can just say because they have done like this. And they say all what was presented, about 165 something, or close to that figure, it's not after scanning, in which the other party, all of them agree that true, this is how it is. So what are we taking? Is it the fault of the judge that is giving the judgment?
But can the judiciary still improve? As you're looking at 2024,
you see,
and what are the areas do you think they should improve?
I think the judiciary, in every facet of life, including the judiciary, we need to improve on our way of life. We need to improve. We have to allow the judiciary to perform their function, their duties, according to the law, according to the Nigerian Constitution. If all of us allow the judiciary to perform, it is affect all parties, everybody. We continue to criticize each other. If one doesn't favor you, you will criticize this. The one that favors you, you will keep mute on it. You will praise it. So that is what we are saying. We must allow the judiciary, and I think the current federal government is trying their best to not to meddle into the judiciary activities.
All right, and Comrade Segun Ayebusi, our time is running now, so I'd like to ask you this question: what do you expect in the political space, especially with these These two states that I just mentioned, their governorship election in the Supreme Court, what is your
Kano
expectation? Kano and Plateau State. What's your expectation? And what do you think we can do better in the political system come 2024?
Yes, and thank you so much. Politics is a game of number. And politics is the life of the country. It's like the verb in a sentence. Much needs to be done. One, I mean, come back to judiciary. I mean, come back to INEC. INEC needs to go back to the drawing board, right? And take you from the observations that were made in terms of their lapses. But elections still comes up next year. Some elections that still come up next year. Now, for those in government, they should have been listening here. You know, the point is when they say people are in their age, this and this and this and this. When Buhari came on board, is it because the point is, you know, because the war, you get respect when it flies back. When Buhari came on board, they assured us that 100 million jobs was good today for 8 good years. People were then agitating. This same President Tinubu told us what? That Buhari is now a Democrat. Give him the chance. Relax with him. Let's give him the space. For good 8 years, corruption became a multiple thing during the Buhari regime. So for Nigerians now crying out, crying loud, they know what they're saying. They say once beaten, on the time shy. We don't want to have the same experience again. Take it easy. The period of Obasanjo will be turning a bed, and the tummy, it start aching. Now, if you look at the percentage, people are not just talking. If you see the percentage increase of what things were when Tinubu came on board and what it is now, believe you me, it's too wide, it's marginal. No, something. So, no, it's a thing that to agitate any mind. So I want the president now to go back there, leave the people now, calm down. Go into people's midst. See this guy doing his own regime. Without this, it goes like that. It's not a matter of people feeding you. The left and right, they will not give you the exact thing because they want to sustain their job. I'm saying, go back. Go at night. Move to people, move to places like this and have the first-hand information. And that's what. Now I want to appeal to Nigerians. They say 7 months is too early to assess the government in power. Yes, it's true. But at the same time, money shows the day. The government itself need to work harder. It's not a matter of giving assurance or promises. The legion of youths are there, like my and the other that the youths are there. You see people that have told so billion. People bargaining. They bargain, they go. Is that the youth? Youth are seeing what is the agents at all. The this country. This generation is almost a waste generation. To never say this. We will not lay a good example. The best thing we can do now is to set the template. I'm saying. So when people, 6 months away, it was flushing the youth in schooling outside and inside the country. Look at these students now. By the time we were at school, the host here, the accommodation of students there, we know what it was. See now, universities now, they turned the rooms now to dormitories. So what I'm saying is, God, the youths are there. They have a good cause. They should appeal them. They should include them. They should make them inclusive in the government. And the government, as well, should come down and listen with all faces, especially education, health. At the 2 key areas the government should look into, and basically the infrastructure. Right. But Nigeria will get there. There's not at the end of the tunnel. I'm sure of this. I'm really optimistic about Nigeria's future. But we shall get there. All
right, we have to go. There's light at the end of the tunnel. That's the summary of our discussion today. And I want to say a big thank you to my guests, Honorable Samuel Bolalawal. Thank you so much for always honoring our invitation. And Comrade Shegun Ayegusi, thank you so much for coming.
Thanks so much for having me.
I appreciate that. And thank you to you for being there, for always honoring us with your time to watch us and contribute. Thank you to our friend from Imo who called on this show. Thank you very much. Next week's another time, next year, I must say, and we'll be here to discuss something very interesting, something very germane to nation building. Until then, my name is Tunde Olaniro. Bye-bye.